from beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. Now run straight ahead with... Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now Tua going to change the play. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Tua going to throw. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 7. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
21G.
Tua sets up to pass it. Short throw to Smith. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Tua. Got a man. It's Barrios complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Turbo three, kick.
Back to the ground, Achane. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
All right, fellas, listen up.
Here's Tua. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Turbo 2.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
14.
Wilson going to change things up here. To throw is Wilson from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They're right here.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Powering forward. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Looking to pass. Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. No sign of Tua departing. Fourth down. They're going for it. Inaudible here to get a new look. They'll try it now with Mostert. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Wilson. Here's one deep for Pickens. And he's got it inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 67 yards. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he fires one incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Get set.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Hey, 21 TA.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Wilson. That is caught. It's Williams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Wilson changing the play. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Jalen Waddle. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now they'll change things up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. In motion goes the tight end. Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, 22 yards. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fighting his way through contact. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion, Hill. On 3rd down, Achane. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Go ahead.
Back to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this down to the 36. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Short throw to Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try from the 19, 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Throwing Tua. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. Tua. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. points of contact necessary at this stage as he'll run on first down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all living on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.